Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice. Justice League Action. So, I was very iffy on this whole show as a general premise. And I haven't seen every episode that is aired, but I did see the 4 episodes they crammed together as sort of the hour premiere of this thing. I think that is enough to be able to give my feelings on the show as a whole. And, thumbs up. It's not perfect, and I'll sort of get into some of my nitpicky stuff later on, but the short version is this is fun and it's punchy and it's fast-paced, and how fast-paced it is really kind of glosses over a lot of the things that I kind of wish would be different or would be better, but I'll sort of come back to that. So the mission statement of this is to basically be just the action scenes out of the sort of thing that the old Justice League and Justice League Unlimited TV shows used to do. Bringing back some of the voice cast from those shows. It's a different animation style and slightly more stylized art. That is not my preference, and some of the redesigns I don't care for. There's also inconsistencies in the way eyes are designed. Like some characters they only have pupils, some have full eyes. I really didn't care for the look of the Martian Manhunter, but it's a mixed bag, and none of them feel like they missed the mark. They're just not all quite to my liking. Now, when I first heard that they were doing this 15-minute action-based version, I was just afraid that they were going to cut sort of all the flavor out of it. And then word came that it was going to have more of a humor bent, and I went, oh God, are they going to do sort of Teen Titans Go, but for the Justice League? Now, to be fair, I actually rather like Teen Titans Go, but it is obviously a very different beast from what the old Teen Titans was. And this is not that drastic a departure. It is lighter, it is more fun, it is action heavy, but it's basically just so that you'll sit there for 6 minutes and go, yeah, that's awesome! That is sort of the goal of the show, and for the most part, it pulls it off. Like I said, we've got some returning voice cast. I mean, the big one's Kevin Conroy is back as Batman, and he's as good as he always is. He can do Batman super serious like he did in the Arkham games. He can do Batman in a lighter tone thing like in this, and the jokes are there. They just sort of come, and they don't do a whole lot of stopping like and doing a rim shot to highlight the joke. They make the joke and they keep moving because that's how fast paced this is. And that's sort of what I meant when I say the pace glosses over some of the issues. Because some of the issues that I had, like they have Mark Hamill voicing Swamp Thing. Now I love Mark Hamill. I love his voice work. He's not a good match for Swamp Thing. And like I said, there were some character design things I didn't love. But the thing is so fast paced, and it's not just fast paced. It's not like, again, to make the comparison to Teen Titans Go, it's not just bouncing all over the place. I mean, it's so tight and there's so little fat on the thing that even when something's bothering you, it's going to be moved past so quickly that it doesn't leave much of an irritant behind. It's like, I didn't care for that. Oh, but here's something that I do like. So yeah, I'm already forgetting that. And the jokes are like that too. They make jokes sort of either mid-action or like they pause like for a half second to make a joke and then back into the action. And the jokes, for the most part, really made me laugh. Some of them are more low-key and based in the characters. Some are more broad. I mean, if you know the Justice League, if you know this cast of characters, you are going to get the biggest laughs out of that, because while none of the jokes or the stories or anything depends on you having pre-knowledge of these characters, the show doesn't have time to stop and explain who these people are for you. So if you already know who Booster Gold is, who Plastic Man is, and what their personalities are like, you're going to be holding your side. You're going to be laughing so hard at some of this stuff. I mean, this is never going to have the lasting impact that Justice League show had. I mean, the reason that show was so good is because it told great stories with depth of character, and this kind of has the depth stripped out of it. So while this is wonderful while it lasts, it doesn't leave a particularly lasting impact on you after you've seen it. But you know what? During the time that it's on, it is a blast. So if you enjoy animated superhero stuff at all, if you like the Justice League, anything like that, check out Justice League Action. Even if you thought, I'll pass this by, look, just watch that block of 4 episodes. The 4 altogether is called Shazam Slam. It's only an hour, and I think that's enough to judge whether or not it's worth it for you to keep coming back. For me, yeah, definitely worth it, and I can't wait to see some more of this stuff. So Justice League Action, have you seen any of it? If you have, drop something down in the comments and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, subscribe. Why don't you hit that little bell down there so you get notifications when I put new stuff up. Check me out on Twitter at Council of Geeks. Give a listen to the Council of Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher. And as for me, I'll be back as soon as I can get my next fix.